हेलो डियर एस्पिरेंट्स, वेलकम टू डॉक्टर सौरभ सर क्लासेस। और आज हम लोग करने वाले हैं आरबीआई ग्रेड बी डीएसआईएम, दैट मीन्स डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ स्टैटिस्टिक्स एंड इंफॉर्मेशन मैनेजमेंट। इसी का जो पेपर है दैट इज पेपर 2 डिस्क्रिप्टिव पेपर स्टैटिस्टिक्स के ऊपर, उसी पेपर का प्रीवियस ईयर सॉल्यूशन। If you want to take classes from our side or want to take doubt clearing session, previous year question solution, mock test, study material, any of that, please don't hesitate. Please call or WhatsApp on this number. Dr. Soros himself reply individually through WhatsApp. All you all know that Dr. Soros class is the best coaching institution for any type of statistics related competitive examination. So if you want to take classes from our side, so this is the best time. Why? Because अभी हम लोग इस कोर्स के ऊपर ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा डिस्काउंट प्रोवाइड कर रहे हैं. ओके, so this is the best time to take admission in Dr. Saurav's classes and boost up your preparation with Dr. Sourav Sir. So let's start with question number 10b. In this question there are two parts. First we can solve the first part. A transition probability, that is matrix P, is said to be doubly stochastic if the sum over each column equals 1, and if such a Markov chain is irreducible, so and aperiodic and consists of m plus 1 states, so that the limiting probabilities are given by 1 by m plus 1. So how to solve that? So we are doubly stochastic transition matrix P for a Markov chain, that is what? That is uh, irreducible. If irreducible means what? Irreducible means that is it is possible to get any state from any state, any state from any state, any state from what? Any state. And aperiodic means, aperiodic means what? Aperiodic means the chain does not have a fixed cycle. This chain does not have a fixed cycle, does not have a fixed cycle. There is greatest common divisor of the, there is greatest common divisor of the, greatest common divisor of the lengths of all possible returns, of the lengths of the, of all possible returns to a state is what? To a state is 1. Okay, so there has total m plus 1 state, there has total m plus 1 state. So we need to show that the limiting probabilities that are given by 1 by m plus 1. So explain. So doubly stochastic matrix, a transition matrix P is said to be doubly stochastic, doubly stochastic, stochastic if the sum of, if the sum of each row equals 1, each row equals 1, and the sum of each columns equals 1. And in other words, in other words in other words summation of I of Pij is equals to 1, and summation of j of Pij also 1 for all I and j. So now we can find out the stationary distribution. So let let stationary distribution, okay, just wait. So let pi equals to pi naught, pi 1 up to pi m be the stationary distribution, be the stationary distribution vector for a Markov chain with transition matrix, that is P. If the stationary distribution satisfy, if the stationary distribution satisfies what? That satisfies pi p equals to pi. So that means pi j, this means pi j equals to I equals to 0 to m pi I Pij, pi I Pij for all j. So additionally, since the sum of the probabilities must equal 1, so we have summation of I equals to 0 to m pi I, that is equals to 1. So now we can find out the uniform stationary distribution. Uniform stationary distribution since P is double stochastic and irreducible, so the Markov chain stationary distribution must, since P is doubly stochastic, irreducible, the Markov chains stationary distribution Markov chain stationary distribution must be uniform. Must be what? Uniform. So intuitively, since all rows and columns of the matrix sum is to 1, so each state has equal and long term probability. Equal and long term probability. So limiting the probabilities in the fourth point is limiting the probabilities. So given that the chain has m plus 1 state, just wait, limiting, there's some issue. Yeah, so limiting, just wait, probability given that the chain has m plus 1 state, m plus 1 states, and the stationary distribution is uniform, and the stationary distribution is uniform, so the limiting probability of being any particular state is limiting probability of being any particular state is pi j, that is equals to 1 by m plus 1 for all j. Okay, so therefore the limiting probabilities are all, so therefore the limiting probabilities are all 1 by m plus 1 as required. Okay, so now we can solve, we move to going to next part of this question. Let n be the number of heads observed in the first n flips of a fair coin and xn equals to n mod 5. Find the limit instance to infinite p of nn is limit instance to p where nn is multiple of what? 5. So how to solve that question? So first we calculate the number of heads. So total number of heads, that is nn, since a coin is fair, the number of heads nn after n flips follows a binomial distribution, that is nn distributed as binomial n comma 0.5, and number b, the probability of getting heads on any flip is what? Is 0.5. Okay, and number b, the modulo 5 behavior, modulo 5 behavior. So we are interested in the number of heads modulo 5. We are interested number of heads modulo 5, number of heads modulo 5. Let xn equals to nn mod 5. So this implies xn takes the values set of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we are particularly, because when any number can be divided by 5, जिस भी नंबर 5 से डिवाइड होता है, यहाँ पर 5 क्या है? डिविज़र है, ठीक है, तो उसका वैल्यू 0 से 4 तक ही आता है, तो 0 1 2 4 0 मीन्स वो डिवाइड पॉसिबल है, अदरवाइज 1 2 3 4 आया तो डिवाइड नहीं पॉसिबल है, ठीक। सो वी आर पर्टिकुलरली इंटरेस्टेड इन द प्रोबेबिलिटी दैट इज in n congruent to 0 mod 5 0 mod 5, that means xn equals to 0. So now you can find out the convergence uniform distribution. Convergence uniform distribution. So as n tends to infinite, as n tends to infinite, the binomial distribution, binomial n 0 comma 5, n comma 0.5 tends to a normal distribution due to the central limit theorem. Tends to the normal distribution due to the central limit theorem. So however, the key of observation here is that as n grows large, so the values xn equals to nn mod 5 become uniformly distributed across distributed across 0 1 2 3 4, and number 4, that is probability of nn being a multiple of what? Being a multiple of 5. Okay, so since xn becomes uniformly distributed, since xn becomes uniformly distributed, so distributed in what? Xn is uniformly distributed in 0 to 4 as n tends to infinite. The probability that nn, the probability that nn is a multiple of 5, that is xn equals to 0, is limit n tends to infinite probability of xn equals to 0 is 1 by 5. So thus the limiting probability nn is a multiple of 5 is 1 by 5. That will be the actual answer for that. ऐसे ही बहुत सारा ट्रिक्स और मेथड को जानने के लिए जुड़े रहिए हमारे साथ। आज के लिए इतना ही, फिर मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो में। थैंक यू।